She called me uneducated before breakfast. It was a Tuesday, and rain drummed gently against the kitchen window, as if the world itself wanted to warn me. My mother-in-law sat across the table, her pearls gleaming, her smile hiding judgment sharp enough to cut glass. My coffee had gone cold halfway through her lecture. "You're jobless," she said, folding her polished hands together. "A high school graduate pretending to be a provider. You should be thankful my son took you in." I didn't argue. I just watched her, calm, distant, the way you might look at a storm you've already survived. Then she said it. "Get out." I smiled. "Okay." She mistook that smile for surrender. She didn't realize it was the sound of a door closing. For good. When I first met her, she had that kind of luxury that money could buy, but grace never could. At first. She pretended to like me, said I had potential, said I made her son better. He was her golden child, obedient and polished, trained to believe control was love. I was young, naive, too kind. I thought love meant trust. On our wedding day, her toast sounded like both a blessing and a warning. May she always remember how lucky she is to join this family. The guests laughed. I raised my glass and smiled, already learning that some smiles are shields. The betrayal didn't come all at once. It crept in slowly. Missed calls, hushed whispers, receipts he couldn't explain. The silence between us grew heavy with answers I didn't want to face. Eventually, the truth surfaced. My husband was cheating, and she knew. She even helped him hide it. The final proof was a hotel reservation under his name, paid for with her credit card. She'd booked it for him. I sat in the dark that night, the glow of his messages on the laptop screen lighting my face. My heart didn't race. I wasn't furious. I was finished. Finished being underestimated. Finished being quiet. What they never knew was that I already had my own business. Small. They assumed. Freelance work. I'd always say. They never asked more. They were too proud to look deeper, too certain of my insignificance. In truth, I had built a software company for my laptop. No investors, no noise, just skill and persistence. Last year, it made $20 million. While they mocked my supposed joblessness, I was funding charities, buying property, and setting up companies, one of which owned the deed to their house. My husband had unknowingly transferred it to me during refinancing. He never read the documents. He trusted me to handle them. When she told me to leave, I didn't storm out. I moved with calm precision. I took my passport, my files, and my piece. That night, I drove to my lakefront penthouse in Chicago, a home no one knew existed. Sometimes, peace demands distance. Sometimes, revenge demands silence. 3 months passed. I didn't call, didn't text. Just watched. The market shifted. My husband's debts caught up to him. His mother's accounts froze. Every outcome, legal, quiet, inevitable. Then came her message. "Please, they're taking the house." I invited her for coffee. She arrived still wearing pearls, but they didn't shine the same. Her hands trembled. "I don't understand," she said. I slid a document toward her. The deed transfer. Her signature and mine, dated months ago. "He signed this," she whispered. "Yes," I said softly. "And you were there." "You told him not to bother reading it. You said you trusted me." The realization drained the color from her face. "And now?" she asked. "Now," I said, smiling, "I own everything you thought was yours." The silence that followed was heavier than any insult she'd ever thrown at me. She left without a word. Pride couldn't carry her anymore. Later, her son called. I didn't answer. Some apologies come too late to matter. I stood by the window, the city lights flickering below, the lake stretching out in quiet reflection. For the first time in years, I felt free, not because I'd won, but because I no longer needed to prove I could. They call me uneducated, jobless, weak. Now, from my peaceful home in Chicago, sipping coffee made by the same hands they once dismissed, I smiled at the sunrise and whispered to myself, "Okay, hey,